Shalom, shalom, everybody. This is Ivan, the Trinity of Water, with another show for you guys. So before I get started, just really briefly, I have a prototype of my water that will be coming out May 17th. So just let me give 1 second. Okay, so as I always talk about, everyone is an individual, and that's so important. And I learn how important it is day by day, and I hope you guys will as well as I study myself. All individuals, all with great power within. So I individualize each bottle of my water. So we're moving along. We're going to put it in some glass. This is a prototype. It will be typed out, so don't judge me. I'm trying to have a little more lighting. It's Michigan. It's actually snowing, believe it or not. So, but hopefully you can see it. I'm going to come a little closer, so my ops will be a little better. So this one's actually for my brother. I write a little prayer on there. I'm not going to give it all out right now. And it's going to come with a pamphlet describing what real water really is and the importance of it. And there's no way you're going to grasp it firsthand. But as time goes along, hopefully you, as I, will evolve on the importance of water. I'm going to also send 2 links out on some really prevalent people that talk about water and the importance of it. And so, like I said, I already made one for my brother. I just have to charge it. I have one for myself right here. So as you see, I have money. So what I'm going to do is you send in whatever it is that your heart is desiring. I'm going to do a prayer for it as you're going to do a prayer for it. And you tell me what you would like to see on it. And once I receive payment, I will put it on it. So it might depend, and it could be money, fiat. So you put it on there. I write it out. Like I say that prayer. I charge it. You get you some good old dragon water. But now we're about to get to the point of this message. So, like I say, I've been through a lot in my life. Good, bad, like other people. Balance. Good, bad. Really is no good or bad. But the point of this message, because of that, I'm sent here for a vast audience. So although a lot of my messages may be biblical, some may be from Egyptology, if I pronounced that right. If not, I just made it. But just saying a little bit of everything. But however, I have to keep it real, and like I said, I have a vast audience. This message is going to be about some strong water. And I'm really being serious. I'm being so serious. Strong water. Distilled water. Distilled strong water. This is about alcohol. This show is about drinking, really what it is to drink responsibly. So I want to give a quick background on why they call liquor spirits. I'm pretty sure 2020, I'm pretty sure that you're familiar with that. So why do they call alcohol or alcohol? Why do they call it a spirit? So I took the liberty to look that up for you. Like I said, I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger. So just before you click this off and say, whatever, just hear me out. Okay, so liquor. Let's break it down as you do words. Just break it down. Let's take it back to the etymology, and we're going to find out why they call it a spirit. And we're also going to find out why I always tell people the only type of liquor that I drink when I do drink, because I really try to do it sporadically. Very sporadically, to be honest, because I try to keep a level mind. So I'm not saying anything's wrong with it, but when I do it, I do nothing spiritual. It's like I said, I'm here, I'm having this physical experience. That's why I don't knock it. I may have a few sips, but it's always distilled, and people always ask me why. So hopefully this message will explain that. So let's move along. Liquor. Okay. So this is from etymology.com. You could definitely do your own due diligence and go there. A fine powder produced by supplementation from and this is from medieval Latin, 1493, 1541, used to darken the eyelids. So originally, it was a powder. It was a powder used to darken the eyelids. So, like, we've been there. Come on, wake up and, you'd be like, this couldn't be the person I met at that club. That could possibly be why. Moving along. So now we're going to start, like I said, we're going to break it down. So we're going to start with the al, A-L. Okay. In Arabic, assumed to be or it could be algebra, of course, alcohol, or alchemy. So the AL can stand for either of those three. But the key words there is assumed to be, meaning you assuming something. You is assumed to be, meaning it may possibly not be real. Like that fine girl you just met. Or Mr. Right that you just met if you're a female. Assumed to be. Now let's go to the call, K-O-H-L. That's the part to darken the eyelids. There's three parts to this. So like I said, we're gonna, we're really gonna break it down, some things that you may have never heard. We're gonna break this on down. Break it on down, baby. Okay, to darken the eyelids, that's the call. Finely ground autonomy. Finely ground autonomy. Now the O-L. It's the O-L, a word forming element, and also could be a gas. Goes a little further, you can check it out yourself. So that's why they say, we drink, they put it in a little gas thing, you drink the gas. So also a gas, that's where that comes from. Okay, now let's break down the word distilled. Distilled, composed of distilled spirits. That's a distilled liquor. Disposed of distilled spirits. Now, dark liquor, composed of dark spirits. Not trying to get all spiritual and everything, but hey, check it out. Like I said, check it out for yourself. That's what it means. So, now let's get to the definition of alcohol distillation. Like, what is the process of it? And then I'm going to break it down in layman's terms. Okay. Alcohol distillation. The process of separating the more volatile components of alcohol from the less volatile components of alcohol from water alcohol solution by heating the solution in condensing in collecting the alcohol-rich vapors, the steam. Remember, that's just like distilled water, steam that is released. So basically, it's making, in layman's terms, basically what it's doing is distilling the alcohol, meaning it's making it more clear. This is why I only drink distilled liquor from the vapors. It's using the steam. So it's basically clearing it out compared to darker types of alcohol. Okay. So, and it gets deeper, but it's a free show. So, okay. Now, if I didn't, that was from monoscientific.com. Monoscientific.com. You're more than welcome, of course, to go do your own diligence, and I recommend it. Go do your own diligence and check that out. But that's basically the process. They're distilling the liquor, meaning some liquors are distilled 3 times. The more distilled, the more I actually recommend. That's just me, like I said. But that's why. Okay, moving along. So now let's get a PhD off of this. Like I say, a lot of things that I talk about is just delivered to me, and I just find things for confirmation. So I don't have my, I always talk about a PhD in YouTubeology. So, that don't go far to find some confirmation. So this guy is, he's a PhD, so let's hear what he got to say. So this is DeMarcus J. Robinson, a PhD and Director of Alcohol Advisory of clear or dark spirits. Okay, so what is the best Because like I said, I'm not trying to just down drinking. I'm just trying to give you guys a background. Then I'm going to give a background on, not a background, but I'm going to give some information if you're trying to stay in shape and drink. Come on, because if you're going to drink, then you go drink. So I'm just trying to give the information. Like I said, it's not for me to judge. I'm just a messenger. Okay. So now let's talk about the neutral spirit. This is, he wrote, he's talking about neutral spirits. I always talk about being neutral. And now I'm just telling you this is why. Okay. A vodka or a whiskey that's distilled has few conjurers. What is a conjurer? All is clear, but all liquor comes out clear, basically. So this is how they the conjure. So all liquor comes out clear. However, it's a process to make it brown, and it's a process to make the fruity flavors. So you ever drink all that fruity flavor stuff and just feel horrible? This is why. Okay, so to make it brown, they mature it in wooden casks, wooden casks, whatever. They sit it in there and they let it mature. Let's put it that way. All right, Sloppy. So they let it mature, and as it's sitting in there, it's collecting certain gestures, certain chemicals and elements and things like that. That's how they get the brownness from it. It's not real. Okay, the fruity flavors. Flavor compounds derived from raw materials or developed from maturation or other elements. So basically, again, it's not neutral. It's not real. They putting different things in it. The same thing between why I drink distilled water, real water, compared to other waters where they say, oh, we put this in here. We put we put certain little things in here for taste and flavor. Why spring water tastes so nasty? We put it in there. Yeah, you're poisoning it. So even though this is a spirit, I'm just saying the less that's added, the less that a man can add to something, trust me, it is the best. So when I do, like I said again, that is why I drink distilled liquor. Preferably I go vodka. I drink distilled vodka, distilled as many times as possible. But also, if you're in the brown, the recommended thing is whiskey. And to not dilute it. It's best not diluted. Distilled, but not diluted. Me personally, I gotta dilute mine a little something. I'm just saying. But that's what's recommended. So moving forward. For people who, let's say, they're trying to get in shape. So you're trying to get in shape, but at the same time, on the weekends, and I know a lot of people can get with that, you want to go out, with your girl, your boys, whatever, vice versa, your girls, and you're going to have a couple sips, but you're like, okay, I'm still trying to get in shape. I don't want to just waste it. We know how much sodium a lot of liquor may have in it. So what's the best thing to do when it comes to that? Well, common sense is probably the best. Like I said, distilled liquors have less calorie intake, only 152 compared to a lot of other liquors. Like I said, distilled vodka or whiskey. Also, do your own, like I said, always do your own due diligence on that. But also, you're not about to drink a gallon of liquor. Let's just keep it real, and then think you're going to get in shape or think that often. So it's just common sense. Don't go overboard with it. Just try to keep it as level as you can. Now, it takes a lot of potassium out of you. So we know how important potassium is. So here's the best foods to eat before a night of drinking. I would recommend I would say about an hour before you drink. So now let's get to that. Now this is from wellnessdiet.com. I always like to, and I put what I do on my sites, let me just add this in really quickly. Like I said, I get confirmation from the sites of things that's already kind of delivered to me. Then I check different sites to kind of check them out. You can't just go to a site and say, oh, that's the gospel. So I go from my feeling, then I kind of dig because a lot of sites have agendas. So the sites I give are pretty good sites. It's not something that just popped up, it's something I kind of dug for. So going wellnessdiet.com. As I said about the potassium, these are some good foods to eat before a good night of drinking. You know, and I ain't mad. So anyway, let's get to it. Let me stop being silly. So potassium-rich foods. So things such as spinach, avocado, lentils, rice, which is really good because rice, a lot of carbohydrates. White, I don't care, but they just say brown rice or white rice. No calories, no sodium. It, like I said, it fills you up. So that way your body can kind of fill up on a lot of that liquor. So spinach leaves. Not in the cans. Spinach, leaves, bananas, kiwis, and etc. Other things that's, rich in potassium. Now, for afterwards, not even for a hangover. Now, this is from ndtv.food. This is good things to eat afterwards. So please don't plan on just drinking till you have a hangover. However, like I said, I plan on having a vast audience because I talk about a vast number of things from, just read my description. So if you do, or like I said, I highly recommend you don't, but this is good for both. So this is NDTV Foods, good things to eat after a night of good old drinking. So we have 32 ounces of distilled water, at least 32 ounces of distilled water, honey, carrots, juice, ginger, asparagus, bananas, and believe it or not, soup broth. Those are good things to eat after drinking. And like I said, if you're trying to get in shape, I definitely just recommend you do it. I do. I did maybe every 6 to 8 months. I went 2 years without drinking anything. But like I said, I'm having a physical experience. That's why I say I never knock anybody for what they do. And when I do, it's not much. And I eat that, like I said, I eat before and I eat after. Not everything that was mentioned, but a lot of it. Because I still want to keep, for one, I want to keep my mental disposition. I want to stay as sober-minded as I can for several reasons that I won't get into. And also just to stay healthy. We want to stay healthy through this. My water that I recommend, like I said, I drink that. I'm coming out with 2 more waters. If you don't want the energy that gives you, sometimes you don't want to be all ramped up. My dragon water, you drink some of that after drinking, you're going to be good to go. I'm not just saying that to, like I say, the market or anything. It's just the truth. But you're going to want to go to sleep. So, like I call myself the Trinity of water. I never really explained that. The Trinity of water, that means ice, and I did do a show about it, but imagine ice being still, distilled, peace be stilled. Words have correlation, etymology. Peace be still. So sometimes you don't want all that energy. Distilled water, you're trying to cleanse. You need rest, you're trying to cleanse. That's the only water that gets waste out. It's distilled water. Peace be still. That's your peace, your ice. You want to be still. Let's say be still and know I'm God. Sometimes if you don't, you just want to be still. Then you have what people call liquid water, the flow. So when you want that flow, that's when you want some of that dragon water. When you're busy, you got to be on the go. You're trying to get different streams of income. You're trying to get you a couple of young ladies. You're trying to get, you're trying to get on a yacht. For y'all old school people, a yacht, that's a young thought. You're trying to get, you're trying to do that. Or, women trying to, go out and do your thing. I'm just saying, you want some energy. You want some energy. That's where dragon water comes in. Then, that's when it flow. Now you have steam, hydration. You want to rise. Let's say you're trying to ascend, what a lot of people call it. You're trying to get all spiritual. I'm coming out with the water for that. Now, that's the third level. That's what I say, the Trinity of water. I'm here not only to spread gnosis, which is knowledge, I'm here to tell people that, and try to help people discover the importance of water. So when you're trying to do that, I'm going to come out with a water for that, because you're not always trying to just be amped. That dragon water going to have you just amped. but not a type of red bullish coffee type app that just basically messes with your cells. And hold on one second, let me grab this. And the message about liquor is over, so if you want to click off, I definitely understand. But this is House Library of Knowledge of the Human Body. It's anatomy. So with the cells, and it tells you a lot of things about what coffee does and other things. Now, I do drink black coffee. I won't get into all the details on coffee, but I'm just saying certain things, they just do something to your body that make you think you have a lot of energy, but that's why you crash right after. So when I say my water gives you a certain amount of energy, it's over time, and now it's natural energy. It's natural energy where you're just like, man, I just feel good. It's a huge difference. It's not a fake. Just like I was talking about as far as the alcohol. You see, the realer something is, the better it is for you. The same as the realer a person is, that's why I don't edit. I could now, as far as getting some good old cameras and some other things to put in, like I said, once this is over and I just moved in and can actually get some equipment, yes, I definitely plan on doing that. But I'm hoping you don't look at that, you actually take the information. Don't look at the way I might express it. Look at, okay, well, man, he looked too good to have some good information. I'm just, okay, not really good. But, to have some good old information. I'm just being real. But at the same time, you don't have to have a PhD from Harvard to have good information. So sometimes, like I said, our minds, and I'm getting into a psychology lesson, but it is the truth. Just do your own due diligence. Are designed to try to look at flaws or compare ourselves rather than saying, maybe this guy has something that could help. Let me look at his information rather than look at the process of it. And a complete understanding that, yes, you're trying to build an audience. You're trying to deliver a message to as many people as possible. And people do look at things like that regardless. Completely understand. But my sheep hear my voice. So what I'm saying is, I hope you have the intelligence to get past the looks of things, learning that not to judge a book by its cover. Let's see what this gentleman is saying. Let's check it out do our own due diligence, check it out for ourselves. Let's stop nitpicking on every little aspect that might be wrong and say, okay, you know what, man, actually he was right. Anyway, I will stop rambling. I love you guys, like I said, with abundant love, real love, because I can relate to you. Life Path 9, that's the combination of all the life paths. 11, that's my master number. I'm a master number 11. Humanitarian. I'm here to help, not here to hurt. There's so many people that might be doing that. They ain't got nothing to do with it. But I can relate to you. That's why I do so many different messages. So if you're wondering why sometimes I might be in a suit, sometimes with a Bible in my hand, this message is on liquor, how to drink responsibly. Because I went through it. Oh, matter of fact, I do have to add that. This is like the Uber age, so when all this stuff is over, don't get DUIs or anything like that. I understand it's so-called a Caucasian thing, especially if you stay in places like Detroit as I do. Ubers and cabs aren't really the thing today. You have to have a car. But if you're drinking, look, if she has a problem with you saying, let's get an Uber, sweetie, we're drinking, I don't want to take any chances, you don't need that shit. You know what I mean? And I'm not even going to use it in the reverse because, come on, you know that doesn't really happen. So just be safe. Like I said, with abundant love, I love you. Till next time, love.